Corps, we were active in that. My wife has a particularly interesting story on that because we were short-term Unitarians. We went into the Unitarian Church because this block at one time was full of Catholic kids, and our kids were constantly being challenged, what is your religion? And they said, we don't have one. So finally the pressure got to the point of we said, well, let's join the Unitarian Church and inoculate them against Catholicism. And hopefully they'll wind up secular humanists like us, which is what happened. None of our children are religious, the three of them. But the Unitarian Church here had a committee on civil rights. And Bobby and a couple of other women were working on breaking down the housing barrier for blacks. And they would see an ad and get an address at a house for sale. And they would go out to the house and say, I want to look into buying this house. And the person would say, oh, fine, why don't you come in? And Bobby would turn around and say, oh, wait a minute, I'm going to get my husband to come in with me. Our husband was a black Unitarian, and of course when he came up, they said, oh, I forgot, the house is already sold, or some other maneuver. So that was a kind of an attempt to, and I don't know how productive that sort of thing was, but it did show up the racial divide here. And of course eventually we won the struggle, but it was a long time coming.